Welcome back to Mic'd Up and Misinformed with your hosts Lunch Money and Mad Dog. Today we're going to give out our predictions and picks for UFC Fight Night Duple versus Usman. Mad Dog, you saved us last week on the McGregor card, man. Thank you.
Yeah, at least we did, dude. Honestly, overall, our picks were really spot on. We had a good, we had an 8-legger that missed by one and a 9-legger that missed by one. So even if you piece those together in your own format, you still would have made some money, seriously.
Yeah, I feel like, we're going to get our bets wrong, oftentimes, but I feel like our general picks, if you take like three of your favorite picks, we usually get the majority of our picks right, whether we put the right ones in the parlays or not.
Exactly. And for a 9-legger to miss by one, that's still pretty outstanding.
Yeah, that's frustrating though.
It is frustrating.
And my main parlay cooked me, man. I know I had like Luke Riley, Corey Sandhagen, Patty, and then Max, and then Corey had burned me. And man, I'm gonna just say right now, Mario Bautista, I'm so sorry. I'm never fading you again. I faded Mario when he fought Patchy Mix, bro, and that was my first time I got burned, and now I'm never faded Mario again, bro. I don't care who he fights. I'm either staying away or just not betting his fights because I always get him wrong.
That's how it is. There's a couple people that it's like, no matter which side I'm on, I always seem to get it wrong. So now it's like, I just stay away. It's just,
I gotta stop disrespecting Mario.
But you killed it with your Patty pick, dude. You literally called it like 100% exactly what was going to happen.
Yeah, that was awesome. I should have just straight bet him, but shoulda, woulda, coulda, man. This week, I'm gonna make some bread back.
Right,
so first fight of the card, we have a women's flyweight bout. We have Anna Milesano versus Dione Barbosa. Who do you got in this one?
So I'm taking Anna, dude. She's finished her last 3 fights. So especially for a girl at that weight class, that's pretty impressive. Now Barbosa is a good fighter overall, but I'm taking the underdog at plus 425. I think she has a real chance, dude, to get the job done again.
Plus 425?
Plus 425. So I'm loving the odds. Like I can't bet Barbosa at minus 575. So for me, this is like a dog or pass, and I actually like the dog here.
All right, dog or pass for me too on this one. I don't feel strong either side, but if you're giving me for the opening fight of the night at plus 425, I'll take it.
I'm taking it, dude. Yeah, that's a great win to start off the night.
Next up, we have a heavyweight bout. We have Alvin Hines versus RJ Harris. I know RJ is a little bit newer into the UFC. Alvin has been in the UFC for some time now. Alvin's 7-1, RJ's 5-0. Who do you got?
I like RJ. He's a little bit younger. I think he's got a little bit more ability and skill. I don't know. This is kind of a weird one, especially with the heavyweights. I just don't love Alvin, dude. I feel like he kind of gasses out quick. He's a big guy. Like he comes in at 260. So I mean, he's maxing out the weight class itself, right? So I just feel like he's got that knockout power in the first round, and after that, he kind of just slowly starts to just taper on himself. So I'm taking the young guy. I'm taking RJ Harris. And then it's almost a pick him. He's at plus 117. Alvin's at minus 138. So I'm taking the dog again.
All right, man. I feel like the fight's not going to go the distance, but I'll side with you. I'm not confident enough to take Alvin here. I do like that Hines has more experience, but I'll go with the younger guy being the underdog and RJ Harris as well with you.
And I agree. I don't think the fight goes the distance. I think under 2.5 at minus 175, again, especially for the heavyweights, is a great pick. And both these guys are knocking everybody out, basically.
Yeah, that's an attractive play to just take it, not go in the distance.
I like that.
Next up, we have Stuart Nickel versus Alden Correa. Nickel is 8-3 and Correa is 12-3. Both of these guys are newer fighters.
They are newer, but I don't know why. Nickel's been on a 3-loss win streak, so I don't know if there's like something happening in his personal life or he's coming back after too soon from injuries. And the odds reflect it. Alden's at minus 1,100. So I mean, I was leaning towards Alden already, but those odds, I'm just going to stay away from this.
Correa's minus 1,100.
Yeah, Corey's at minus 1100. Nicole's at plus 700.
Wow. Yeah, I'm staying away from that one. I would have had Corey at maybe like minus 300. That's pretty huge, man. It's dog or pass for me.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be closer, but I know Nicole's lost his last three fights, and he's been having a hard time getting getting off on the UFC. Well, at those odds, there's just no value for me there.
Yeah, I'm gonna just pass on that one. I'm not even gonna entertain the underdog.
Yeah.
Next up, we got Felipe Franco versus Levi Rodriguez. Rodriguez is 5-0. Franco is 10-2. This is a light heavyweight matchup. I'm gonna tell you right now, I got Rodriguez. I'm going with Levi Rodriguez.
I got Rodriguez too. This is going to be a banger of a match too, man. These two guys are going to be going after each other. But Rodriguez is a little more well-rounded.
Yeah, I feel like he definitely has more paths to victory here by taking it to the ground, or I think he could get a knockout standing up. Um, yeah, Franco is 4 years younger, but I don't know. I like Rodriguez in this one.
I like Rodriguez.
I think he's gonna get a knockout.
Yeah, I think this is a good match for him. I think this will let him show off some of his ability. And like you said, he can go different paths to victory. He can win on either side, standing or on the ground. So, and at minus 160, those are some great odds.
Yeah, let's take that all day on a parlay piece. Next up, I like this underdog a lot in this matchup. I have a hard time saying his last name, but I'm taking John Paul Lebosanyi, Lebosanoyani versus Siokyanko. But I'm taking JP in this one as the underdog. I think he's like a plus 160 maybe.
Yeah, plus 173. And Siokyanko is at minus 205. I honestly, I couldn't really decide either way. So this is kind of a coin flip for me. So I'm not going to make a personal pick, but if you like the dog, I'll ride the dog with you, bro.
Yeah, I feel like it JP should be maybe like a minus 120. So the fact that he's underdog, I'm going to take that on a play. So, all right, man. There's nothing I feel like crazy about. There are a couple plays on this card I like, but there's nothing that I'm like throw out a lock by any means. It's a tricky card. Next up, we have a featherweight bout. Jose Miguel Delgado versus Austin Bashi. This is pick 'em odds last time I checked.
It's still a pick 'em, minus 103, minus 117. I'm leaning towards Delgado.
I'm taking Bashi in this one. I'm not confident about it, but I think it's going to go to a decision. Could be a split decision, but I think Bashi's a little bit more well-rounded. Is going to edge out a decision against Delgado.
All right, I like it. I'm not upset.
You're taking Delgado?
I like Delgado on this, yeah.
I'm curious on this next one because I feel pretty confident in this one. We have Tommy McMillan versus Alberto Montez. I'm taking Montez in this one.
Are you really?
Yeah, I know McMillan has a lot of hype. You know, he has some highlight reel KOs and he's dangerous on the feet, but I feel like he's just a little bit too green, and Montez is a pretty good veteran, and I think he's going to humble McMillan here and expose him. I think McMillan doesn't really have much of a ground game, and he might get a little bit exposed in this matchup.
I mean, I slightly agree with you, but I still think McMillan has a slight advantage on the feet, and I don't think he's that bad on the ground. So I think I'm going to take McMillan at minus 145. You like Montez at plus 125.
Yeah, I like Montez for sure. So.
And I think
that's a great play. I think McMillan's one of those guys that, again, he does some things that are highlight reel and make you a fan make him a fan favorite. He puts on really entertaining fights, but I think he's just a little bit too raw. He's still super young and he has a lot of room to grow, but I feel like this is just a bad matchup for him. But I'm taking Montez, bro. And I feel like a lot of public money will be on McMillan, too.
And Montez does look like he's a bigger guy, but we'll have to see when weigh-ins come in.
Yeah, we'll see what happens, bro. Next up, we have Tabitha Ricci versus Fatima Klein. I think we're going to fade each other on this one, too.
Dude, I don't know, man. Normally I ride Ricci, but I'm going with Klein this one.
I'm
I feel
going
like
with Klein too. I think Klein's gonna
Oh
win a
shit!
decision. Ricci's a tricky fighter, bro. Like sometimes
yeah,
she fights with the best of the best, toe to toe, and then
yeah,
sometimes she just checks out of fights. But she's just one of those like girls that won't ever be a contender, but like
yeah,
she kind of floats around contention. But I think
yeah.
Fatima's just a little bit better here, and Ricci's already hit her peak in the
That's
UFC.
dude. You literally stole the words out of my mouth. I think Ricci kind of already capped out. It's like I just don't see her growing anymore as a fighter. She kind of knows what goes in. She can score the win with, and she kind of keeps that. And if it doesn't work, she's not upset. And if it does work, she's good with it. But I just feel like she's not growing anymore as a fighter, and that kind of disappoints me because I think she's a great person on the mic.
She has a lot of talent, bro. She's an attractive woman, but yeah, again, I just think she doesn't have that like mentality. She like
She doesn't have that
doesn't
dog
have
in her.
that dog in her. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm taking Klein as well. I'm not confident. It should be a good fight, but I think Klein is a little bit more on the up and coming, opposed to Ricci being more so on the decline. Next up, we have Mitch Ramirez versus Chase Hooper. What's the odds on this one, may I ask?
So Hooper's at minus 350. Ramirez is at plus 280.
Bro, I love Mitch Ramirez in this spot.
Do you really? I'm taking Hooper,
Yeah,
dude. We're on the flip side of a couple of these. This is crazy.
yeah. For this one, I really like Chase Hooper, bro, but has shown time and time again that he's just a jiu-jitsu threat. When he's
Yeah,
standing on the feet, he's terrible, bro. He gets picked apart, and
I
if he
agree.
fights a wrestler, the a
He
wrestler
got
can win on control time, and if they just avoid his submissions, they're just gonna use that as takedown defense. But and Chase Hooper has been knocked out nasty. A couple. I would say of his last like. I'm gonna actually look to be. I don't like to be wrong, but I want to say Hooper's been knocked out cold like 2 of his last 4 fights at least.
Yeah, he was having a little bit of a struggle there, but I'm hoping he comes back because I like Hooper. I think he's got
Yeah,
some
his
ability and
last two
skill.
fights, he's lost in the first round by
Oh yeah,
knockout, and it's the
he
last
hit
two
him both
fights.
times.
So, in my opinion, I just think he's pro. I think Hooper's a better fighter than Ramirez, but with when you get knocked out twice, I feel like that's such a hard thing to mentally overcome.
For
And
sure.
he's still young, and I don't know, bro. I just feel like the odds. I think Ramirez is a great underdog for those odds.
All right, I'm not upset. I'm not upset.
So see what happens, bro. Hopefully Hooper does bounce back, but he's got to protect himself better because he's
Yeah.
not going to have longevity if he keeps getting knocked out the way he has.
Well, like you said, the problem is he thinks he can stand and bang with these guys, and he really can't. He's got to force the grappling and force the ground game and win in his game at the jiu-jitsu. Not be trying to stand and make throw blows with these guys and wait to see what happens, and they get caught and then it's over.
He's got such an awkward body type too because he's
Yeah.
so tall and long, but he's just not very strong either. So even when he is, able to pull off his jiu-jitsu, he's still working off of his back. So if he's not getting a submission, he's losing on control time because he's still ending up on his back a lot.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. And he came in with so much hope, right? He came in like going to be like the next best thing, and he really hasn't been able to pull it together.
Yeah. So I hope he wins, but I'm not picking him. Next up for the co-main event, we have Jared Cannoneer versus CLD Christian Leroy Duncan. CLD is on the up and coming. He's thirsty and edging for a title shot. He's probably, I would say, 2 fights away from a title shot. And Cannoneer has been at the top for a long time. He's already had multiple title shots, and he's proven that he fights with the best of the best. His only thing that has caught up to him is father time. I think he's 42 or 43.
Yeah.
So that's the only thing that Cannoneer really has against him that he really can't control.
Yeah, he's 42.
So
like
Duncan's what, like mid-30s, with a lot less miles on the tank too.
Duncan 30, so 12-year difference.
Wow, yeah. So Duncan's just entering his prime.
Yeah,
I'll tell you right now, bro. I feel super confident that CLD's gonna win this fight, bro. I just feel like
yeah.
Father Time catches up to everybody. Cannoneer hasn't been as active as he used to be in recent
Yeah.
years, and Duncan is just too nasty, too aggressive. I won't be surprised if he finds a knockout in this fight late in the second or third round. But I like Duncan to win by knockout or a decision.
Yeah, I like Duncan here for the knockout. And I also like the under 2.5 at plus 120, where it's saying pick the fight not to go the distance for basically a pick 'em odds. I mean, like you said, I don't think this goes to the decision.
It's tough because he's got a good chin, bro, and Cannoneer is used to fighting 5 round wars, so it's scary. It's scary taking a finish, but the odds are not bad at all for under 2.5 being a coin flip. So if you take that,
No.
I wouldn't be mad about it at all.
Yeah, I like the under. Or you can just take it to not go the distance.
All right, man, and then takes us to the main event. I wish that Usman was in his prime for this fight because I feel like
It'd be a
it
different story.
it won't do the fight justice even if Kamaru does win, which would be spectacular. But I just feel like Kamaru's a little bit too old, bro, and Duplessis is still right in the middle of his prime. I like Duplessis a lot in this matchup.
Oh, I love him, dude. I don't know how he doesn't win practically. Unless Usman literally just wrestles him and just wins on control time, and then it's a boring fight. There's just no way.
I think that's his only path to victory.
Usman's 39.
Man, this is a tough one, bro. And then also, Usman won his titles at welterweight, so Duplessis is going to be way bigger in the cage than Usman is, man. Like Usman's not really big for a middleweight in the first place, and Duplessis could arguably be a light heavyweight. So
For sure, he'll be over 200 pounds when he comes
Duplessis,
into the
so
cage.
yeah, and when Duplessis got ragdolled by Hamzat's wrestling is different, and he's
Yeah.
it's right in the middle of his prime right now. Usman's wrestling is effective, but being at his age, I know Usman controlled and beat Buckley up, but Duplessis is just a couple levels above Buckley, and I don't think Usman's wrestling is going to work here. I like Duplessis. He could really win any 3 ways. He could win by knockout, submission, or by decision here. So I'm just going
Yeah.
to take Duplessis on the tail end of all my parlays and hedge if I get to the last fight.
No, I love it. Plus he's just got like that tall stature. He's got those long arms and long limbs. I mean, this is gonna be easy for him to sprawl and keep the distance from Usman. I mean, this is like to me, this is like a perfect matchup for Drew Plessis here to come in and just maul him to death.
Get back in contention, man. Get back in the
Yeah.
mix.
As long
So.
as he doesn't get just grappled and pulled down and laid on top of for 3 rounds, he's gonna be doing great.
Yeah, and it's unfortunate again because one, Usman, is fighting up a weight class in recent years, and he's also, again, he's pushing 40 years old if he isn't already. So, and he's still a great fighter. He's very competitive with everybody he fights, win or lose. But again, Duplessis is just a bad matchup for him here. All right, so this leads us to giving out our picks and what we're going to be playing in terms of betting wise. Do you want to give out the martingale method play first, or you want to give out your parlays?
I'll do the Miguel first. So I'm going to take is it Levi Rodriguez, Drew, Tommy McMillan, and Drew Duple for my 3 martingales. So again, the odds aren't the best, but
Okay, so who do you got? McMillan, Duplessis, and who else?
Levi Rodriguez.
Okay, and what's that? What's the odds on that?
Well, because the martingales are all individual. Levy's at 160, Tommy McMillan's at 145, and 245 for Drew Duple.
Gotcha. Okay. I was just curious if you parlayed that. The other thing is I don't like the McMillan play on that one, but I would say parlay that one too. But
Yeah, so my parlay is going to be CLD and DDP. I'm going to take those two together. And that's
we should do a higher unit on that because I like that parlay a lot too.
All right, let's do 2 units there.
Yeah, let's do that. That sounds good, bro.
And that's at minus 125. So I think that's great odds, and I think both these guys get the job done.
Yeah, that's the parlay that I would give out, bro, for sure.
Yeah, I think that's a solid parlay to win.
All right, man. So this is called the underdog parlay, man. This is called the dogs are barking. I'm taking leg one. This is just for half a unit. Leg one, JP. He's the underdog.
Yep,
Leg two, leg two. Um, Mitch Ramirez to beat Chase Hooper. That's another dog.
All right.
And then I'm gonna take Alberto Montez. All three of them are underdogs. That's probably gonna pay out plus 600 maybe.
Do you wish, baby? Plus 2234.
Then let's go. Let's call every one of those guys are underdogs in their matchup. So if that hit, that'd be freaking sweet. It'd be a fun Markel method play to do too. Because if just one of them hit, you'd be in profit.
Yeah, I mean, you could, honestly, for sure. And again,
So-
underdogs do hit. I mean, it's not like they go 60, 70 favorites in a row. There's almost always one or two underdogs that nobody's expecting that pulls it off, you know?
100%.
As long as it's not Conor McGregor.
All right, let's do a fun one of the ones that let's do a big parlay of the ones that we agree on. So, well, let's take Levi Rodriguez as leg
Alright.
one. Let's take um Fatima Klein as leg two. We both liked her.
Yep.
Duncan, and then Duplessis.
Boom. So plus 253.
Okay, that's not bad. Those were all pretty good favorites too. So
I'll do a unit on that 'cause I like those guys. We both agreed on that. Let's do it.
okay, sweet.
Boom.
Yeah, this isn't the prettiest card, man, but there are exciting matchups.
Yeah.
I would say ones that could be fight of the night. Potential fight of the night would be the Cannoneer fight because Duncan's so aggressive. He's fireworks. That Tommy McMillan fight's crazy. His fight will be super entertaining.
And that Harris and Hines, that heavyweight fight. I think they could be like the knockout of the night there.
Yeah, that's the second fight of the card.
Yeah.
That's going to be a banger, man. Anytime you get two heavyweights with power in their hands, it's going to be entertaining. So
someone could get lit up for sure. I think that's going to be a great fight. Like you said, there's just not a lot of huge names on here, but it's still a pretty good card. Like, I'm not disappointed, especially coming after the last couple of cards we've had. This is still pretty decent.
yeah, hopefully we can make some money on this card. What are we up or down for the year? Because I know my plays didn't hit last week, but yours did. So I would imagine we're probably a little bit in the profit range still.
So we were still up 2.5 units. And then even with the bets we just made, we're only down 1 unit. So we're still doing good, man. And then the Margale, I think I started at $100 at the beginning of the year, and I think it's at $340.
Hey,
Yeah, and I just kind of split it up to wherever. So it's like I might make 10 or 15 bucks per fight, depending on how it goes. Win all my money back plus. So every time I win it, I'm able to edge it just a little bit more.
let's go, man.
Yeah,
That's pretty awesome.
I mean, honestly, I feel like we've been doing pretty good. And a couple of those cards at the beginning of the year were kind of rough, honestly. Like, there was hard pick, there was a lot of new people, a lot of fighters that were coming from different.
The Strickland beating Kamzat was crazy, and then the Justin beating Elia was crazy. Just off the top.
That hurt us too.
But yeah, that's what makes the fight so fun to watch, though, because you really never know what's going to happen.
You just never know exactly. And again, the dude can get injured literally in the first kick. You just never know what to expect, right? So that's why it's fun to watch, and don't be betting the house on some of these plays. But and again, normally we have like 1 or 2 picks that we really like, but this is kind of a weird card, so don't go crazy.
Yeah, if you want to, I wouldn't even say this is the smartest bet, but I would say one of the safest plays you could do is our main parlay. If you just wanted to try to win safe money, take DDP and take Christian Leroy Duncan. But again, That's the safest parlay. But could
Anything can
Jared
happen.
Cannoneer win? Absolutely.
Yes.
Could Kamaru Usman win? Absolutely. That's
Yes.
a former champion, so
Yeah.
nothing's promised.
Yeah. We're just really trying to push the odds and where the weights are going to be after wins and trying to take all of it into consideration to, make the best pick.
Yeah. So, and then when Mad Dog comes to town in the next week and a half, maybe we can sit down and try to record being at the Bubble Craps or something. So,
Oh, that'd be fun, dude. Let's do it. Yeah, so now
Sweet,
it's
sweet,
2
sweet,
weekends.
sweet.
I'll be there the weekend of the first.
All right, that sounds good, bro.
So we'll get some live stuff. We'll do some more content. And again, follow Lunch Money on his personal page. What is it, Mr. Weber LV?
Yeah, Mr. Webb's LV. Yeah,
Mr.
and
Webb's
I'll
LV.
I'll start sharing. And then, what's your is it locally global?
It's local. I think it's local2.global.
Oh, local2.global. Yeah, follow that page. Hey, your videos are good, bro. Keep pumping those out.
We're gonna keep trying, dude. We're kind of following your lead, bro. We figured we travel enough. It's a good way for us to just get more content and again, basically just to like have our memories up, for ourselves and nothing else,
Yeah, for sure, man. And if you need any advice on editing stuff, let me know because it's taken me so long to learn the stuff I know, and I'm still a newbie. So.
And Mr. Webbs lives in Vegas, so he literally every day has like a new video of the new hotspot or the new things going on. I know we'll make some content when I'm there. We'll go to that ice cream place. We'll have some fun.
Oh yeah, we're gonna go to that museum of ice cream. 100%.
I'm
excited. That'll be a good time. For sure, bro. All right, guys, that's our picks for this week's UFC. Follow us on Instagram, especially follow us on YouTube. That's where we're gonna be posting everything. If you don't have a podcast platform.
Yep. Yeah, go to YouTube for sure.
All right, guys.
Boom.